Welcome, welcome. Let's get started. See you in 20 minutes. For me, someone who has historically had wrist problems, this is not your friend. It's actually why I didn't do art for several years, is I couldn't use my wrist for holding things like forks and stuff, and I just didn't want to aggravate it. And I went through that for decades, seems like too long. Doing better now though. It was a neck problem. I usually just sleeve it up just to, I don't know. I live with a card player, so you sleeve up your cards. The work I go through to make these possible. See how sweaty my fingers are getting? One more. That took about 30 minutes. A little longer than I thought. I was thinking of Finding Nemo would be fun. Nemo and his dad, Dory, and Bruce. That might be cute. And then Squirt and Crush on this one. Let's get some references going here. Dory being so much smaller than Bruce, definitely gonna have to put her in the foreground a little bit closer, or else she's gonna be way too small. Something like that. I don't want him like super creepy, but that's kind of the only way he looks. He's got this crazy grin. I actually went to Disney sometimes during the art festival that they have. They'll do art classes with real Disney employed artists or whatever. And I did one of those and the guy actually drew Bruce. So it's on my fridge. I have a one of a kind. I had to unfortunately fold it because there was no way for me to get it home. So that was kind of a bummer, but still cool. Yeah, so that's not bad. Let's go ahead and try a Nemo one. There's one of Nemo and Marlin like swimming together like this. It's kind of cute. And then his tail's here. I like having the little characters, I guess, in front. That's a similar feel of this one. So I don't know if I want to do that, but I guess if this one also is going to be Squirt and Crush, maybe I could do Crush over here and Squirt here or something. It's got a lot of little fins. Wow. And his tail. The right fin is higher, the left fin needs to be higher. The left side of his mouth is higher in the reference, so I want the right side of his mouth to be higher. A lot of thinking. So something like that. It's a little creepy, but it's fine, it's just a sketch. Let's go ahead and try Squirt and Crush. Again, this is the wrong way, so it's quite this feel to him. This arm needs to come inwards and up a little bit, and then this one's kind of here. They both go this way. Squirt could be chilling here if I wanted to keep a similar feel to these ones. It'd be kind of cool to have them both leaning back, chilling, like in this pose. Like that. His head's quite large. Little fin up here. Something like that. So they're both like chilling, like mad chilling. Make him smaller. So if that's his head. And then his body goes like this. Squirt is so much bigger up here. He's smiling. Like you see how with this one, it's just his fin covered, and this one is just a fin covered. But you see, 90-95% of the character that's in the background. I like that. I feel like there's too much of this is covered. Like maybe if I just have Squirt doing the chillin' thing. If he's up here doing his thing, like this. Fin. I can do his like little ones back here. I don't know if I like that one. I could always add like this type of stuff, to like fill it. What if I had him, that's his head, looking at Squirt. So it was kind of like sliding that way, Here's one of him just relaxing on his back. That's kind of fun. Probably too small than I want to draw. I think this is kind of what I'm looking for, but I want him more slouched back. So it's similar to this pose, but just a little bit more straight on. Let me just get the main shapes in. Shrink him down a little to have his head kind of curving back a little bit. I mean, his other ones, we probably won't be able to see those very much, but they'll be in there somewhere. If I pulled them apart a little too, where then Squirt is a little bit more down here. Something like that. I definitely like it better than these ones. These ones, it just feels like there's too much going on. If I do them in more of this style where it's like the pencil sketches, having something like this, I feel might be hard to read. I just feel that this might not work so well. These ones I think would be fine. This one we like, and then one of these two. Usually I just start with a pencil that is of similar color to the cards. So I sketch with blue on blue, red on red, green on green. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. If Bruce is gonna be here like that, she can definitely be bigger than that. So let me go ahead and just do something like that. I really like how Nemo turned out here. So I'll probably just keep this one fairly similar. Just maybe shrink Marlin just a tiny bit. Not bad. Oh, that's right. I like reversed him. This will be interesting. And then he's got fins that are leaning left in the reference. Lean just a little bit right in my drawing. Okay. A little messy. This one's going to be the most challenging, I think. I'm gonna use a darker green. Usually I use a really light green, but there is no way you're gonna see that. All the front ones are about probably half of the space, the total height. So I think I'm gonna try to do Squirt about the same. So if I have him here, I want him to probably stop about there. So I don't have a reference for this one. So this one will be interesting. I feel like this one just gives a more chill vibe, and that's what he's known for. This is going to be my problem, is getting the proportion correct. He should be definitely over here more. I don't know why I didn't start him over there. Obviously his face is going to be the farthest thing left. Okay, hold on, bring it up just a smidge. Which means that maybe I shouldn't have drawn him quite so close to the edge. Just spat a little there. Good enough to start the next step. Let me clean this off. It's a pretty bright orange. I keep trying to figure out more to do, but they're kind of simple color. I mean, it's black, white, and orange. Well, what colors are Nemo's eyes? His are like orange. It's like this orange. Oh, I should do a little yellow. There, it's a little better. I'm just gonna hit it all again with this orange, this base orange I did, hoping to fill in some more of these little white spots. Okay, it's pretty good. And I'm just gonna do the little wiggly boys on the end of the fins. The black pencil, I should probably sharpen this. Let me draw the scallop shape first. I should do Nemo first since he's in front. What am I doing? And do his little jank fin real quick, just that way I don't forget about it. Oh, I do want it to come out more though. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Just a little bit more triangular. Ooh, don't like that. He's got very round eyes. I probably should try to capture that just a little bit before I keep going. I think his eyes could be a smidge larger. So I might just try to line them, but put the line art on the orange part. It does look like this side. So I did the reverse of the reference, which is really throwing me. I want his head to be just a little bit longer, I think. Like his face looks too similar to Nemo's. I feel like his eyes could come down just a smidge. Maybe it's because he doesn't have a forehead. Do I have to go up? I might have to go up. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Either I gotta bring his eyeballs down or his forehead up. So I think we're going eyeballs down. It's like from that side and then it ends pretty much at the same side of his eye on that side. Something like that. It's a little terrifying, but it is better though, giving him more of a forehead. I think. I don't know. I still want his head to be a little bit more pointed, I think. Try to redo his eyes. Okay, line art. It's a little too excited. How do I do these forehead wrinkles? This will be interesting. That looks weird. Yeah, like that's terrifying. So I think I might just need to use a really dark brown maybe for these lines. I want to get his bottom chompers in. There we go, it's a little better. What is that? The wrinkles around like on his forehead and his face just really make it, like that's just so much part of his character design. Yeah, I don't know. We're just gonna pause on this one and start the other ones. Go neat greens. I'm not gonna copy them exactly, but I am gonna try to get approximately. He's got a few on his head. Okay. He's got brown eyes. Oh, his pupils are humongous. I'm just gonna layer the whole shell with this color. Wait. This reference I'm looking at might be making stuff up. Oh no, he does. His shell is that colorful. I just do not remember it having yellow and orange and stuff on it. I mean, it looks pretty good. It was way faster than the other ones. Just some color variation of this on his fins. The light is coming from this way, so it'll be kind of backlit, but it'll hit his nose maybe a little bit. What is that? He's got green eyes. Start with this one. Oh, he's got the eye thing too. Well, let's line Squirt first since he's in front. I don't know if I should put the little lines on him. I can put them on these things, I think. I think that would be fine, but I don't know if I want to give the inside of the flippers any texture, because I feel like that's gonna look too chaotic. I mean, you gotta do the shell lines though, right? 3, and then the big part of his fin. Slightly scalloped. His face is fairly straight. I don't think that looks correct. His eyes are definitely too far apart. So they'll bring them in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's right. It goes down the center. This part's fine, but I think the way that these lines are in the center here just make it look really flat. So I'm gonna try to redo them a little bit and then just have them arc this way. So if I have his eye in here, it'll be a little bit cut off from the side of that. Ooh, that's not, you know what? We might just go with this. Let me see if I can get the green in. Yeah, that's not coming through very well. Looks fine. That one was much faster than Nemo. We're gonna stop at that one and go on to Dory. Last one, blue. Probably should start with the lightest color. There's that part. Looks alright. I feel like I might need to make her eyes. The whites of her eyes just a little bit bigger. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like her face isn't quite right. Like the whole thing needs to be just brought down a little bit, but we are going on to Bruce. I think this will be a good base color. And then the blue kind of stays on this side of him. The top of his cheek is blue. I'm gonna try to add the black accents that he has and then line it. Okay, let's go with that. I did try to change his body to be a little bit more up and back just to fit his tail, so it's not gonna be exactly like the reference. Just different enough to be confusing though, I think. This part, and then it comes down like that. Okay, wait, if that's the center of his face, I want his nose to be right here. So I think I made his eyes too big this time. That's crazy. Slight bit of fin back there. I think you'd see that? I'm not 100% sure. But I didn't want to just leave it. I feel like it looked like he was really bald if there was nothing there. So I'm just gonna give him a slight fin. I don't know if that's right or not. I want this to come down pretty much parallel with this. So this might need to come in a little bit. And then this is pretty curved. I should bring this part down just a little bit. I still feel like his nose is a little bit too centered. Like, I want it to come over just a smidge more. Little nose holes back in. See, oh, yes. That's what we were missing. He's got pretty defined upper teeth at least. Does he have one in the center of his face? No, he does not. So if that's the center, well, he's got a gap. They're kind of spaced out. It's not gonna be the exact amount of teeth. I gotta get enough lines in there to show that there's a lot of teeth. You can see at least 3 layers on this reference. I'm really gonna try to fill in as much of the little white spots as I can just because I don't want it to look confusing. Didn't outline her eyes. So the only thing that we have left now is Marlin's forehead lines. which I still have not figured out how to do. First, I wanted to try just maybe doing slight lines. I think that's definitely better. Okay, well, thanks for joining me as I drew 3 more altars. These will be for sale at the Michigan Regionals coming up in September. I'll see you next one. Bye.